Hey, it's Nathan. Since the last check-in, I spent nearly 9 hours studying. I watched the lectures from N6 to N9 and E6, the examples, through E11. We kind of reviewed unit vectors and X, Y, and Z directions. That was kind of a nice reminder. And how to derivate like the velocity and acceleration from the position vector in all those three different directions. And then learn more about the normal and tangential paths along the curve and how they're always perpendicular to each other. That was kind of cool. Then we moved on to polar coordinates. It took a little more time to go over this for me. I think it looks a little foreign just because the way that's shown. I was kind of used to like the omega symbols and alpha, but I think it's going to take me a little bit of time to get used to it. What else? The next examples that we went over were the derivation of the equations that we saw for the polar coordinates and an example of the normal and tangential vector. Then we looked at damp motion and projectile motion question using vertical motion equations. I just forgot how much you can do with those vertical motion equations and how many arrangements that you can make to solve for different things. Like, for example, solve for position of something and then plug that into time, or vice versa. It's pretty interesting to me. We went over centripetal acceleration and how it relates to radius and velocity. And overall, these examples were very beneficial to me. Some of the algebra and simple calculus has gone away for me, just because it's been a little bit. So it's nice to get working through these and figuring them out, kind of refreshing my mind and going over all the steps and making mistakes and trying to get through it. But after going through all the videos, I started on the homework and then related back to some of those examples if I needed some help. The first question on the homework was good for me. The second one, with a projectile entering the solid, was only difficult for me trying to find the equation to use. Once I found that equation that I needed, it just took a little bit of me remembering what to do for like the logs and the integrals. Question 3 and 4 went pretty smooth for me. Just a lot of derivation and simple errors that kept leading me to the wrong answer. So I guess not super smooth for me. But I think I understand it better now. But definitely will work on it more in the future. Those longer kind of continuing derivations. Problem 5 was good. And the next problem 6 was a good reminder about like what happens with pulley systems and how you can relate one part of like the string or rope or whatever you have. You can relate that to another part of the rope, depending on how many supports and connections each rope has to it, and then using those relation equations to solve for your unknowns. It's a nice refresher for sure. The free fall was good for me. I was able to split up the derivation into parts for like the I, J, and K components, which helped. Did take me a while to get it all the way simplified. 8 was also pretty tough. Just a lot of stuff going on there. I definitely need to practice more with those long derivations, like I said. 9, 10, 11, and 12 I was good on. So it was 14. I felt pretty confident on those ones. But 13 messed me up a little bit when I was trying to solve for theta double dot. It was just, I don't know, I think it was confusing myself in my mind. So I had to look up a couple YouTube videos to help me out with that. But I think I got the whole thing down now and ready to move on to the next chapter. I'm definitely going to review this some more throughout these upcoming weeks and getting some help if I need to. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Thank you.